Hello, and welcome to In the DeNovo, a series of video interviews with today's thought leaders on everything to do with treasury management, product management, and instant and faster payments, covering topics from payments to industry trends and other exciting subjects coming in the future. I'm Will Grace. I'm the host, founder, and managing director here at DeNovo Treasury. We're a consulting firm focused on helping financial institution leaders define strategy, transform client experience, and grow revenue in the treasury management space. Thanks for joining us and staying in the know with In the DeNovo. We're going to talk some about jobs to be done, and we're going to talk about product management, and our listeners have had at this point a little bit of an education on jobs to be done. And I think that part of what you're going to be talking about in product is how you brought jobs to be done into this process, and how long have you been a practitioner of jobs to be done?
That is one of those questions that I don't know that I can answer. I don't remember, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just I'm getting old, but
You and me both, brother.
I don't remember when it first crossed my path.
Okay.
It was one of those things where, and you'll remember some of the work that we did together, right? Because jobs to be done, it's an approach, a framework,
Right.
a way of thinking about customer needs. And thinking about customer needs is part of business analysis and part of product management, and always has been. So some of the things that we were doing, I don't think I was strictly doing jobs to be done when we were working together, but what we were doing was very much focusing on what are the jobs that our users are trying to do. What are the problems they're trying to solve? When I talk to people about this in classes, in particular, I'm going to throw out a lot of synonyms, right? Jobs is the same as needs, right? Jobs is the same as problems, right? Jobs is to some extent, at least the functional jobs, the same as use cases. So what I found interesting to me about it, as I was learning more about it, was applying that perspective to what was already going on in business analysis and product management, right? It's just a different way of thinking about it. And then the more I dug into some of the literature on it, right? So the stuff that Clayton Christensen had written, and he was sort of the person who brought this out to the world and said, hey, this is something that we ought to be thinking about. Because it actually goes back, much further than that.
Sure.
But he was really the one that started to apply it. And then Alex Osterwalder is a name that some of your listeners might want to get to know. He has a company called Strategizer, and they've written a number of books on the application of jobs to be done, and they've taken a very process and quantitative approach to doing it. So when I actually practice jobs to be done, I'm kind of doing the stuff that comes out of their world. But I was really attracted to that quantifiable approach, that structured approach to looking at what the jobs are that customers are doing, and how do we evaluate the importance of those jobs, the value of those jobs, right? So that's a pricing conversation that we can have, right? And how do we evaluate how well we're performing? How well is my product doing at solving your problem and doing your job? And part of that sort of notion that comes from Clayton Christensen's work of hiring products to do jobs, right? And therefore firing products that aren't doing the job well, right? That thought process and that way of looking at the problem is, I found it to be particularly interesting.
I love it when a good conversation comes together. We are so lucky to have friends willing to sit down and talk with us about the industry. For more content like the video we shared today, check out our website at denovotreasury.com and our YouTube channel at DeNovo Treasury. Thanks for joining us today for In the DeNovo. See you next time.